In a small and prosperous village, there lived a king named Solomon. He was revered for his wisdom, adorned with jewels, and the people sang praises of his benevolent rule. The kingdom flourished under his reign, and Solomon reveled in the riches that surrounded him. As the years passed, however, Solomon's heart became consumed by an insatiable desire for more. Greed and arrogance replaced the wisdom that once guided him. His subjects suffered silently as he levied heavier taxes, disregarded their pleas, and pursued extravagant luxuries. One fateful day, a strange old woman who is assumed to be a sorceress visited the kingdom. She warned King Solomon of the consequences of his actions, urging him to find humility before it was too late. Ignoring her counsel, the king summoned his guards and instructed them to push her out of his kingdom, scoffing at the idea that his fortune could never be jeopardized. Soon after, a neighboring kingdom, envious of Solomon's wealth, waged war and bet that the conqueror get to rule the conquered kingdom. King Solomon didn't think twice because of his greed and belief he had in his army, but despite having a formidable army, the once great king found himself overpowered. The kingdom crumbled, and Solomon's was captured and led away in chains. Stripped of his title, wealth, and dignity, Solomon's, once the mighty king, now found himself a slave in a foreign land. Forced to toil in the fields alongside common folk, he experienced firsthand the hardships his subjects had endured. The chains that bound him became a harsh reminder of his fall from grace. As Solomon worked the fields, he reflected on the errors of his ways. The once proud king began to understand the value of humility, compassion, and the weight of responsibility that came with leadership. He forged unlikely friendships with fellow laborers and learned to appreciate the simple joys of life. In time, Solomon's transformation became evident to those around him. The people of the foreign land, moved by his sincerity, granted him his freedom. However, Solomon chose not to return to his former life of extravagance. Instead, he dedicated himself to helping those in need, using his experiences to bring about positive change. Solomon's story became a legend, a cautionary tale of a king who, in the depths of adversity, rediscovered his humanity. He spent the rest of his days as a humble servant, teaching others the true meaning of leadership and the perils of unchecked ambition. And so, the once rich and famous king found redemption in the most unexpected of places, in the embrace of humility and the simple life he had once overlooked.